13 years old. Went to Mr. Hooks. He was my grade 8 gym teacher. I remember walking up to him like, Mr. Hooks. I still had this high voice, right, back when I was 13. Mr. Hooks, how do you get an athletic scholarship? I remember he looks at me with this smile, and looking back now, I can see the smile was kind of like, you know, look at this little 13-year-old, 4-foot-nothing guy thinking one day he's going to be good enough to get a track scholarship. Good for you. Good for you. And he said to me, if you're good enough, they'll find you. If you're good enough, they'll find you. Now think, I was 13 years old at the time, right? So now it makes sense to me. It's probably a meme that you'll see on Twitter flying around or whatever. But I was 13, right? Like, any of you guys 13 in this room? Yeah. Anybody ever been 13 in this room? Most of you guys, we all been 13? Right, so at the time, right, I'm like, Mr. Hooks, how do I get a track scholarship? Like, if you're good enough, they'll find you. Like, he's Yoda, and I'm an Anakin, right? If good enough you are, find you, they will. Right? You know what I mean? I'm like, give me something, man. If I'm good enough, they'll find me. What do I need to do, right? That's all they give me. If you're good enough, they'll find you. And the beauty of that thing is it put the power in my hands. And what I understood it to mean was that I'm in control. If I work hard enough, I push hard enough, I get to that level, they're going to come knocking. Now, the messed up thing is, right, what I say is, what it meant to me is because somebody else takes that same thing, you know, if you're good enough, they'll find you, and spends their life trying to be good enough. And it never feels like they're good enough. I didn't win the race. I'm not good enough. I didn't get the love that I deserve. I'm not good enough. I didn't get the grade I wanted at that test. I'm not good enough. I didn't get the girlfriend or the boyfriend. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. And we start chasing that good enough thing. But thankfully, I had that kind of leadership that taught me that it's not about being that, it's about you rising to your level and setting your standard. And that's one of the first things, maybe 3 things I want to leave with you guys today, but that's the first thing I want to leave with you guys. But then my brain said, and the other one was for being in a position like that and completing the race. That's what the other medal was for. They didn't know it, but that's what my brain told me, right? So what I'm saying to you guys with that metaphor, if you will, is that sometimes you're going to be beat down. Sometimes you're going to be hurt emotionally, physically, spiritually, whatever it is. Just like that medal, you're going to have mud on you. You're going to have dirt on you, just like that ribbon right there. Don't quit the race. Finish the race. Whatever that is for you in that moment, finish the race. If you got to limp through the finish line, limp through the finish line. Right? You got to groan through the finish line, groan through the finish line. And if you can, help somebody along with you. Kidding me? Literally, I've been in this car like 30 seconds, maybe a minute from the time I've turned it on, and I'm listening to myself on the radio. What's going on? And like I'm Twilight Zone, right? Like what's going on? Again, vision, belief, work ethic. What are you working towards? What's possible? Where can you take it? Where can you take it? There's crazy things that can potentially happen. And I'm speaking from belief. I'm not speaking because I read all this stuff, you know, got the notebook, you know, you got to believe. First step, believe. And the second step, you know, have a vision. Third step, believe in yourself and talk to other people. No, it's not that, man. It's the stuff that's happening. That's real in my life. And that's why I got to come to places like this and pass those same jewels on to you guys. Like I said, what works for you, take it. What doesn't, leave it. It's not for you. But it doesn't change the fact that when it happens for you, it happens for you. And it can. And it will if you want it. It's going to take some work. It's going to take a lot of work. But if you're willing to go get it, man, it's yours.